The Kim mansion, nighttime, at party. The chandelier sparkled above the grand hall, but Jungkook sat uncomfortably on the velvet sofa, fidgeting with the sleeve of his black silk shirt. His gaze wandered around the opulent room full of Mafia elites, but his eyes inevitably landed on the man standing in the corner, Kim Taehyung. Cold, untouchable, dangerous. His husband. Married out of alliance, Jungkook had never been kissed, not even once in the past 6 months of their so-called marriage. Tae rarely spoke unless it was about family business. But his eyes, oh, those eyes, always followed Jungkook. Quietly. Hungrily. Stop staring. Just go and kiss him. Came a teasing voice beside him. Jungkook turned and frowned. Jimin grinned, twirling the straw in his champagne glass. Well, Jimin is Tae's cousin, Yoongi's husband. I'm serious. Jimin said, his voice low enough so no one else could hear. It's a dare. I dare you to kiss your cold Mafia husband. Jungkook blinked. Are you drunk? Nope. Jimin smirked. Just bored. And I know he's dying for it. What? You think we don't notice the way he watches you like you're the last thing he wants to ruin and worship at the same time? Jimin leaned closer, mischievous. You're the only thing that cold Mafia man can't control, Jungkook. That drives him insane. Go. Kiss him. Jimin Hyung. Stop, what are you saying? Jungkook said, his face blushing. They're chicken? Ignoring Jungkook's words, Jimin asked with a mischievous smile. Jungkook's lips parted. He looked across the room again. Tae was talking to a man, but his jaw tightened when his eyes flickered toward Jungkook. That jaw only ever clenched like that when something ticked him off. Jungkook swallowed. I'm there, Jungkook said, and Jimin smirks. The hallway outside the party, minutes later. Jungkook had to gather his breath as he walked out of the party toward the corridor Tae disappeared into. His heart was thumping violently, more from the desire he'd buried for months than the dare itself. He found Tae leaning against the wall beside a floor-length window, a glass of whiskey in his hand, peeking from the back of his suit pants. That wasn't what made Jungkook nervous. It was the way Tae turned his head slowly, eyes already on him. You look like you're about to do something stupid, Tae said, voice calm, deep. Jungkook tried to speak, but failed. Then stepped forward. Tae raised a brow. Is this about the dare that shorty brother-in-law of mine gave you? Tae asked quietly, eyes narrowing. I saw him whisper to you. Jungkook froze. You saw that? Of course. I always watch you, Tae said, his voice deep calm. He took a slow sip of his drink. Do it. Jungkook blinked. What? If you're here to kiss me because he dared you, then do it. But I swear, Kim Jungkook. Tae put the glass down on the windowsill. If you kiss me, I won't let you walk away the same. Jungkook's breath caught. Tae stepped closer, his scent rich with whiskey and expansive cologne. His fingers touched Jungkook's jaw lightly. I've waited 6 months, Jungkook. Don't do this just to win a stupid dare. Do it because you want me, Tae said, his voice deep and husky. Jungkook's eyes fluttered shut, his throat tightening. What if I want both? Jungkook asked, his voice trembling. Tae chuckled, low and dark, but it didn't reach his eyes. Then I'll take both. And before Jungkook could think twice, he leaned forward and kissed him. It was soft at first, timid, and sure. But Tae's hand slid around Jungkook's waist, pulling him flush against his hard chest. His mouth moved hungrily, possessively, like he'd been starving. When Tae kissed, it wasn't gentle. It was devastating. He groaned against Jungkook's lips, deepening the kiss, one hand gripping the back of Jungkook's neck, the other splayed across his lower back. His into Jungkook's mouth, demanding submission. Jungkook whimpered, holding onto his shoulders tightly. Tae broke the kiss suddenly, panting, his forehead resting against Jungkook's. You have no idea. Tae whispered, voice hoarse. How much I've burned for this. For you. Then why didn't you ever? Jungkook asked, his voice barely audible, as he breathed heavily. Because if I touched you, I wouldn't have been able to stop. Tae's hand slid down, gripping Jungkook's tightly. I didn't want to ruin you. But I'm your husband. You can. Jungkook breathed out. And you're the only thing that makes me lose control. Tae's lips brushed against his again. Don't give me theirs, Jungkook. Give me permission. I'm giving it now. Tae growled and pressed him against the wall, mouth crashing into his again, heat rising, hands exploring just enough to make Jungkook shiver but not enough to cross the line, not yet. His voice dropped, dangerous and breathless. You're mine. From this moment forward, you'll feel it every night. Jungkook bit his lip, pupils blown. Then prove it. Tae's eyes gleamed darkly. Oh, I will, sweetheart. In the next moment their bedroom door clicks shut behind them. Jungkook stumbled back against the bedroom door, his chest rising and falling rapidly. Tae locked the door slowly without turning around. The silence stretched. Then Tae spoke, voice dangerously low. You have no idea what you just started, honey. Jungkook's back hit the door. Maybe I do. Jungkook whispered. Tae turned. The man who usually hid behind layers of code command and stoicism now looked unhinged. His tie was loose, hair tousled, lips still swollen from the kiss earlier. But his eyes, those eyes, burned like they had been caged too long. He walked toward Jungkook like a predator. Not fast. Just confident. Dangerous. Controlled chaos. Jungkook didn't move. His breath caught. Tae's hand landed flat against the door beside Jungkook's head, caging him in. Do you think I don't notice every time you flinch when I walked past? Tae murmured against his cheek. Every time you avoid looking at me? You think I don't see it, feel it? Feel what? Jungkook whispered, trying to steady his voice. Tae's lips brushed his ear. Restrained. Mine. Tae took Jungkook's wrist and guided it to his chest, right above his heart. This, Tae growled, has been screaming your name since the day you walked in wearing white at our wedding. I didn't touch you, not once, because I didn't want to make you feel like a pawn, like your body was part of the damn alliance deal. Jungkook's throat tightened. His heart shattered and bloomed all at once. You kept distance to protect me? I kept distance because one taste of you. I leaned in, lips grazing Jungkook's again. And I knew I wouldn't stop. But I wanted you to. Jungkook whispered, voice cracking. I waited every night, hubby. I thought I wasn't enough for you. Ty's expression twisted, equal parts guilt and hunger. Never say that again. He lifted Jungkook up, effortless, powerful, and pressed him against the wall. Jungkook gasped as Ty's mouth trailed down his neck, slow, reverent, then possessive. Each kiss was a confession. Each bite, a memory of restraint snapping. You're the only thing that's real in my world, love. The only soft light in my dark world. I carried him to the bed, laying him down like he was fragile porcelain. But his eyes were anything but gentle. Tell me to stop. I rasped, hovering above him, unbuttoning Jungkook's shirt one slow button at a time. If this is still just stood there. It stopped being at the moment you kissed me back. Jungkook said, looking at Chai. And that broke something in Chai. He crushed their lips together again, more now, hungry and desperate. Hands tangled in fabric, clothes sliding off in soft thuds. I didn't rush. He worshipped. Fingers traced collarbones, lips followed veins down Jungkook's chest like a map only he could read. You've always looked at me like you're scared. I murmured against Jungkook's skin. I want you to look at me like you belong to me. I'm not scared of you. Jungkook when I nipped his side. Then say it. I demanded, voice hoarse. I belong to you, hubby. Jungkook said, almost immediately. I growled, a sound from deep in his chest, and pinned Jungkook's hands above his head. You're not leaving this bed until your body remembers who you belong to. Their mouths met again, wet and messy now. Eyes slid past his lips as Jungkook whimpered into him. Ty's hand found its way lower, slow, teasing, exploring, drawing breathless gasps from Jungkook. And in that tangle of sheets, sighs, and whispered names, the cold Mafia husband who had never let himself feel, finally let go. He kissed Jungkook's scars, his tears, his throat when he cried his name. He made love like he had something to prove. Because he did. Few hours later, Ty lay on his side, watching Jungkook trace lazy circles on his chest. You're not cold, Jungkook said softly. Ty caught his wrist and kissed his knuckles. Only to the world. Never to you. Jungkook smiled, sleep already pulling at his lashes. Ty whispered one last thing, pulling him close. I'll the world before I let it take you from me. You belong to me, Kim Jungkook. Jungkook smiles and whispers. And you belong to me, my cold Mafia husband. The end.